I'm gonna start by removing this wrap tape the hula hoop has around it. Now take the yarn and you're gonna cut the length that you want your wall hanging to be, and you're gonna start by doing lark's head knot. So I did half of the hula hoop, and the other half, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wrap a piece of cotton yarn all around it so you don't see that grayish color and you see everything the same color. And this is how it looks like, all the same color. Now I'm gonna do my tassels, and I have here my green yarn. What I did is I cut approximately 35 pieces of 16 inches of yarn or strings. Now I'm gonna take a piece of the same color of yarn, as you can see here, and then I'm gonna fold the 35 strings, and that's gonna be my tassel. Here I have a piece of copper piping, and I'm gonna insert it, and that's gonna give it like a nice accent to the tassels. So what I did here is I measure where I put the hanging yarn, and I'm gonna mark the middle. In this case it's gonna be 14 inches, and that's where I'm gonna start hanging the tassels. For the other tassels, what I did is I measured 3 inches to the left and 3 inches to the right, and that's where I hang my side tassels. So here's the finished product. All I have to do is trim the bottom. I like the shape that it has, so I'm just going to trim it. But if you want, you can give it a round shape at the bottom. But I like it this way. For this project, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this old canvas painting, and I'm going to remove the canvas painting, and I'm going to be using the frame. For this project, you're going to be needing 3 colors of yarn, because we're going to put 1 color on the bottom, 1 in the middle, and 1 on the top. Here I'm going to do a lark's head knot with the first color that I have. It's like a little, like a orange brick color. And what you're going to do is just cover the whole bottom of the frame. In the middle, I'm going to be using this yellowish gold color. I cut the pieces that it will cover the top of the brick color, but not all the way down. And here, I'm going to use the gray color for the top part of the frame. And we're going to do the same thing, lark's head knot all the way, and just cover like the top of the yarn. Here's how it looks. Now it's time for trimming. One idea that you can do is take another frame and do the same, but just invert the colors, and that's gonna look real nice. Here I'm gonna be doing a plant hanger. I was inspired by this photo here that I saw on Pinterest. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna take 4 pieces of cord, macrame cord or yarn, whatever you decide. You're gonna fold it in half and you're gonna do a lark's head knot on the ring. The length of the cord is up to you, is depending on how long you want your plant hanger to be. Now I'm gonna take my black yarn, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wrap the 4 cords and I'm gonna do the wrapping knot. Now I'm gonna take my other color of yarn and I'm gonna do the same thing, starting just where I ended my first yarn, which in this case was the black one. So I finished wrapping the 3 colors of yarn at the top of the plant hanger, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a wood bead and I'm going to insert 2 strings on each wooden bead. In this case we're going to have 4, which have 4 wood beads with 8 pieces of string. This is how it should look. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the 3 colors of yarn, the same ones that I did on the top, and I'm gonna do the same thing at the bottom, but I'm gonna leave like 4 inches of the cord. In this came the cream color, and I'm gonna separate each string, that way it looks better fringed. Now you take your pet brush or your comb and you brush your strings, and it should look this way, and then you trim it at the bottom. Here's the finished product. Did a wall hanging using the same wrapping knot method. If you liked it and you want me to do a video showing how I did this, just let me know on the comments below.